Late breaking. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 on November 21st. Welcome to Newswatch 12 this morning. I'm Danny Stepanovich.
And I'm Carlos Murrieta. We're taking a live look out at Medford from the People's Bank on Middle Road. We first want to turn over to Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress for a look at our Friday. And Sarah, it's definitely a cold start this morning.
Definitely a cold start, feeling like winter across the region. We're seeing temperatures into the teens in a few places like the Christmas Valley. But take a look at Medford. Hit freezing for the first time this fall at 32 degrees. We even dropped down to 30 as that low, but into the Klamath Falls we're at 26, 27 for Montague, Grants Pass at 37, Brookings at 43, and take a look out in Medford. We are dealing with areas of fog this morning, mainly into our west side valleys where we're seeing varying levels of visibility. We're about a quarter of a mile into Medford, 3/4 of a mile into Grants Pass. We should see that burn off through the morning with those low clouds also dissipating as well, and we'll join the rest of the region with mostly sunny skies by the time we're switching over into the afternoon, and it'll be calm and clear by the time we're ending out our night. Now, sunrise this morning at 7:10. We'll see it set at about 4:44. I don't know about you, but that's really sad to hear. So if you do want to head out and enjoy that daylight today, it is going to be rather pleasant into your afternoon. Take a look at where we'll see those highs around the region. We have 52 for Wairika. Klamath Falls will be at 48, although it is going to be on the chillier side. If you put on a few layers, it's not going to be that bad out. Even if you are along the coast with breezier conditions, temperatures into the 60s, it's going to be feeling rather mild. If you have to head outdoors, pick up those pesky leaves that we've been seeing falling over the past month now. Friday and Saturday are definitely the better days to do it. Winds do pick up a bit into your Sunday. I'd say most of your Sunday you'll have that time to head outdoors, but showers are possible with a system moving through that could get them a little bit wetter and heavier to pick up as we head into next week. So I'll let you know what to expect in the days ahead, both in the Rogue Valley and around the rest of the region, coming up in your next forecast.
Thanks, Sarah. Continuing our coverage in Grants Pass, where the city council chambers were packed Wednesday night. Members took a long-awaited vote on a homeless shelter grant. After nearly 5 hours, the council approved a notice of intent and grant agreement with Elk Island Trading Company and Mint.
It don't matter who you are, homelessness affects you.
We have been working diligently to develop a plan that we think would be an excellent partnership.
For months, the city has reviewed applicants from 4 groups. Pathways to Stability scored the highest, but after failing to secure a location by the November 5th deadline, Elk Island was moved forward in the process. During the meeting, Elk Island owner Bernie Woodard explained how the shelter site on Redwood Highway came together, combining parcels with the Mobile Integrative Navigation Team, which will provide 24-hour management and wrap around services. Public comment stretched nearly 2 hours, with neighbors and even former competitors urging the council to approve the plan. The shelter must be built and operational by June 1st. And remember those goats at the Phoenix Talent School District? Well, 3 of those female goats are expecting baby goats to be born very soon after students performed ultrasounds. Carlos went to that ultrasound and has more details on the goats. Carlos, how many goats can we expect?
Well, Danny, so far we have 5 confirmed babies. Between the 3 mothers, 2 of them have a pair, and the other just has 1 so far, but there is a chance for more. But this ultrasound was not only exciting for the school district, but this was a perfect hands-on opportunity for the students at Phoenix High School.
So 205 had 2, the other one had 1, and 20 we think has 2. Today was our kind of pregnancy check to see what we've got, and I think we've got 5 babies in there somewhere between the 3 does.
Ultrasounds were given to 3 pregnant goats this week, giving students a unique hands-on experience. This agriculture class was able to use this ultrasound machine to see if they could find any signs of life. And although they are all at different stages, it's still an exciting time and experience for the class.
I actually really liked doing it because it was something new to me, and I don't know, it was just like really cool to like see like where the babies were and like the different parts of, you know, the stomach and where they were at. So it was just a really cool experience.
The 3 goats were first shaved so the ultrasound equipment could get the best picture of the babies. Then students applied gel on the goats, and from there they used a probe to look around for any signs of life.
So I think we've got one right in there.
But for a couple of the goats, it seemed like they were not too much of a fan of the process.
I was more nervous about how the mom was gonna react just because they haven't been around people. And just if they didn't like the gel on their stomachs.
For this small class, almost all of them told me they want to get into the medical field, so having this experience was more than an opportunity, it was a taste of their futures.
To me, it was definitely nice seeing it because I want to go into the medical field, so I definitely learned more about seeing ultrasounds and seeing cool things like that.
Now, Madsen says it's hard to give an accurate prediction of the goats, but she's expecting the goats to give birth as early as December, and Newswatch will be watching closely on the progress of these goats, and will update you when those babies are born.
Thanks, Carlos. As you know, nature is full of surprises. The Yurok tribe is restoring Blue Creek, a key salmon pathway into the lower Klamath River. Crews are working to rebuild habitat for native fish as Yurok fishery teams are restoring the lower 2 miles of Blue Creek, digging side canals, adding wood structures, and building wetlands to create more habitat for salmon. Biologists say the work slow flows and improves year-round conditions for Chinook and coho.
New this morning, the Medford City Council has approved revised plans for a 19,000 square foot addition to the Children's Museum of Southern Oregon. Now, the updated design includes a rooftop event space and 3 new preschool classrooms, adding capacity for 60 more students. The expansion also adds community training areas, therapy rooms, and updated studios. Following the council's vote, the Medford Urban Renewal Agency authorized a $1.5 million grant to support construction. However, the project still requires approval from the Landmarks and Historic Preservation Commission before work can begin.
Also out of Medford, Continuum, formerly known as On Track Rogue Valley, is announcing the opening of an emergency lodging center on Riverside Avenue. The new Low-Berry facility offers 12 rooms for those waiting for residential treatment. The facility provides living essentials as well as peer support and other resources so guests can be supported until they enter a treatment program. Continuum says the facility is now open and serving clients.
And Medford Fire celebrated a century-old tradition, welcoming a new engine with what's called a pushback ceremony.
It's a ritual that dates back to the days of horse-drawn fire wagons. At Station 12, the community gathered around the department's new engine, marking its first day of service. The ceremony dates back more than 100 years when crews returned to the station in horse-drawn carriages, as I said. They push it back into the stall because horses couldn't back it up.
And so today, we're about to wet down the apparatus, just as if we're cleaning it coming back. Collectively, as a community, all of us here, we're going to dry that off together because this is a community asset. This is a community resource.
Now, after the wet down, everyone grabbed a drying cloth, wiped down the engine, and helped push it back into the bay. Medford Fire says the ceremony is about community, bringing people together to welcome a new piece of equipment that will help protect Medford for the years to come.
And into a crime alert, the Southern Oregon Child Exploitation Team executed a search warrant in a Medford apartment complex yesterday. Officials say they discovered images of child exploitation uploaded from a residence in the 200 block of Beatty Street. Police seized digital devices to be forensically examined. No arrests were announced, but the investigation is ongoing and detectives are following additional leads.
And in Grants Pass, the police department arrested a naked burglary suspect earlier yesterday afternoon after he fled a home. Around 2:30 a.m., the victim reported that a man in his 40s had broken a window, crawled into the residence, and stole a blanket before fleeing. The suspect was injured by a broken window, allowing police to use canines to locate him nearby. He was arrested and transported for his cut. The victim and the 2 children in the home were unharmed.
Into a scam alert, the holiday season comes as an increase in scams, and Pacific Power is warning customers about common billing scams. Scammers will often tell you your service will be cut the same day if you do not pay on the spot. They can sometimes also ask for payments through a prepaid card. Pacific Power says they do not ask for immediate payment, nor will they ask you to use a prepaid card. Pacific Power also says scammers frequently use text messages to target customers.
We're just 16 days away from the annual Winter Lights Festival.
Mark your calendars for December 6th. The celebration kicks off at 5 p.m. at Pear Blossom Park in downtown Medford. You can look forward to the tree lighting, the lighted parade, live performances, and more. The event is free and open to everyone. And happening this weekend, the Gingerbread Jubilee is back at the Criterion Theater. Get in the holiday spirit and support local bakers who are showcasing their best gingerbread creations, from unusual but beautiful designs to incredibly detailed houses. Visitors can stroll through an entire gingerbread village, featuring entries from adults, students, and junior bakers. Each display tells its own story as bakers compete in a People's Choice contest. Admission is $4 and more details can be found on our website.
And out of Ashland, unfortunately, the Ashland Rotary Centennial Ice Rink is announcing a delay in opening as due to permitting issues. Ashland Parks and Rec says the rink has previously been permitted as a temporary structure, but has now been standing longer than what's permitted under building code. Ashland Parks must now obtain a new permit and won't be completed today when it was set to open.
And if you're one of those people that waits until after Thanksgiving to start celebrating Christmas, it's only 6 days away, so you can finally hear those Christmas bells ring. But this morning, it does kind of feel like winter outside, so you might want to start a little bit earlier with temperatures rather cool across the region, and we're also dealing with areas of fog into our west side valleys. Now into the weekend, we are expecting some changes with some wet weather returning into your Sunday, but I'll let you know what to expect right back here in just a bit.
And still ahead this morning, President Donald Trump reverses some tariffs on certain grocery items as the White House focuses on American affordability.
Now let's go ahead and take a live look at Klamath Falls from the Sky Lakes Medical Center. It's currently 6:41 a.m. as you're waking up with Newswatch 12 on your Friday morning.
You're watching Newswatch 12 this morning. Live, local, late breaking.